Hello, I'm Dr. Laura Murillo, President and CEO of the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. As always, we look forward to interviewing our guests, and today we have one of our new corporate partners who's joining us today. As you know, there have been just so many devastating activities across the country, especially when we think about our students, schools, etc. And our next guest is the Chief Operating Officer of Dynamic Integrated Security, Inc. He is Zeev, Gragachan, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about his business. And as mentioned, they are now partnering with us here at the Houston Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. So, Zeev, first of all, thank you and welcome to Houston.
Thank you very much, Dr. Murillo, for having me.
Absolutely. So let's start with, you guys have become truly nationally a leader in school security. So tell us a little bit more about Dynamic Integrated Security.
Well, Dynamic Integrated Security was funded on the premise that we parents want to make sure that when we deliver our kids to school, they come back alive. My experience and the experience of my team is quite remarkable. I started my career in the IDF, in the Israeli Defense Forces, where I served 10 years in a special unit as an officer. 98 of all our employees are retired law enforcement and veterans. And that tells you more about not just the quality of personnel that we put in the school, but how serious we take this. We are here to protect life, and life matters. You see, insurance can pay for vehicles and for the buildings and anything else, but there's no insurance in the world who can pay for the life of a kid or any human being for that sake. So we're here to save life, and that is our premise.
So on that note, what are some of the things that schools can do besides hire you all, but that they can do proactively to protect students and faculty and staff?
Historically, one of the best strategies, and actually the one that helped the most in cases of active shooter, is being the rehearsal and the training in active shooter. When we work as a team, when we train our teachers and our staff in the schools how to react and how to position themselves, how to keep the doors locked, how to go to the hard corner of each room, we prove time and time again, and this is probably one of the best strategies schools can do. You don't have to go far to see what happened, the tragic events in the school in Christian Covenant School, where the school prevent a bigger massacre just because the shooter was unable to locate the rest of the kids. And that tells you how important, how crucial this type of training is, and it's very cheap. And it should be done by the schools on a monthly, consistent basis.
So on that note, do you all integrate technology like surveillance systems, communications tool, train security officers? How does this integration improve response time and safety?
Well, if you go to the last numbers by the FBI, a school shooting lasts seconds, less than 8 minutes statistically. And the response from the police in the United States is between 8 to 11 minutes. In fact, the same report states that the police arrive 95% of the time when the shooter already killed his victims and commits suicide. If we go to those numbers and we will learn on the past data that we have, we know that having a trained, certified safe school officer in site that knows the layout of the building is paramount. Now, equipping them with the right technology will help us integrate with the emergency responders, which is going to be the police, the EMS. Why? Because having body cameras in our officers that activate when they are deploy their weapons and send us all that signal, all that video in real time to our command, control, and communication center, help us coordinate with local law enforcement that response. We need to understand that that is probably one of the most game changer tools that we have at our disposal, aside for having control from our command, control, and communication center on all the cameras in the building. That layer of security saves lives because we are talking about a game of seconds, not even minutes, seconds. And we have seconds to respond and seconds to neutralize that threat. And that is the game that we are playing.
So for administrators, community leaders, what message would you like to relay to them? Something that they can do to protect our schools, students, faculty that they can do today?
Very important that you know that when you have either the police or a police officer, a security officer on site, you don't want to assign an office for them. You want them to be with the kids. You have to remind them that they need to be with the kids. If the kids are in the cafeteria, which is most likely the second most dangerous place in a school, you need to be there. If the kids are in the playground, you need to be there. If the school is in session, our officer or the police officer need to start checking all the doors and they are locked from the inside. In case that we have an active shooter, which is not going to send you a memo before it happens, it's just going to happen in seconds, you are guaranteed and you got to contain that shooter because all the doors will be locked from the inside. And that is buying crucial time for our task, which is to eliminate that threat.
Well, Zeev, we want to thank you and the entire dynamic integrated security team for joining us here on this program and also for becoming a corporate partner of the Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. Business is very important. We're proud to have you all as entrepreneurs doing this very important work. And again, information is on the screen. Please contact them. Talk to your PTA, talk to your administrators, make sure that your schools are safe. And one way of doing that, of course, is with Dynamic Integrated Security Inc. So thank you so much. We'll see you soon.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you for having me.
Bye-bye.